The way of the samurai, strength in stillness. Tonight, we travel far, not in miles but in mind, to a time and a way of living that still whispers its wisdom across centuries. Let me tell you about the way of the samurai, not the warrior of movies, not the sword, not the battle, but the silence, the breath, the stillness before the action, because true strength is never loud. The samurai was not just a fighter, he was a walker of a path of presence, of discipline, of knowing when to move and when to wait. He rose before the sun, he bowed to the moment, he honored the tea, the wind, the pause between heartbeats. He trained his body, yes, but more than that, he trained his mind, because battles begin long before the sword is drawn. And what was his first lesson? Stillness. Sit, breathe, notice. Don't react, just be. Imagine him there, kneeling on the floor, eyes closed, while outside the wind stirs the leaves. Inside, his mind wants to wander, but he brings it back, again and again. Not because it's easy, but because it's practice. We don't live in temples, we don't carry swords, but we fight every day, with noise, with stress, with the weight of being expected to be fine all the time. And so the way of the samurai becomes not ancient, but relevant. What if strength isn't in how loud we speak, but in how calmly we listen? What if power isn't in action, but in choosing not to react? What if you too are a warrior, but a quiet one? The samurai knew the mind is a wild horse, and stillness is not its nature. It runs, it panics, it reacts. But through breath and through patience, the horse learns to walk, then to stand, then to rest. We don't tame the mind with force. We invite it to stillness again and again, like water smoothing stone. Have you ever watched a lake at sunrise? At first, the water may ripple, wind, birds, a passing leaf, but over time, as the world slows, it becomes glass. The samurai's mind was trained to become that lake, clear, reflective, still. So when conflict came, he did not panic. He saw, he felt, and only then did he choose his next move. How often do we rush into life, into arguments, into anxiety, into action that isn't aligned? Stillness is not weakness, it's preparation. It says, I don't need to react. I will wait. I will see, and I will know. That's not indecision. That is wisdom. The samurai practiced dying. You don't need to wear armor to live like a samurai. You don't need a sword as to walk with quiet strength. All you need is a moment, this moment, to pause, to observe, to soften your grip on what doesn't matter. Because true warriors don't fight everything. They choose, they discern. They walk away more often than they strike. And sometimes the bravest thing is to say nothing. There's a story they tell about a master who trained in the mountains. He was known for his silence. People traveled days to hear him speak. But when they arrived, he said almost nothing. Instead, he served tea. He watched the wind. And in that silence, people felt seen. Because sometimes the most powerful lesson is not in words, but in presence. The samurai lived this way, grounded, aware, not just in battle, but in conversation, in grief, in love. Stillness is not about doing nothing. It's about doing one thing fully. Drinking tea but truly tasting it. Tying your shoes but noticing the rhythm. Listening not to respond, but to understand. This is mindfulness. But for the samurai, it was not a trend. It was life. To be fully in one moment was to be truly alive. And so, we return to the present. You, here, now, in this quiet moment with your breath and your body and your thoughts. You don't need a mountain. You don't need a dojo. Your mind can be your temple, your breath, your practice, your stillness, your strength. So tonight, as the world winds down, as the noise fades, remember this: you are not weak because you are quiet. You are not lost because you move slowly. You are not behind because you pause to breathe. You are simply walking a different path, a quieter one, a deeper one, a path not lit by approval or speed, but by presence and truth. The samurai didn't rush. He didn't speak often. He didn't need to prove. His power was the calm before the storm, the steady gaze in chaos, the patience to wait for the right moment, and the wisdom to know when to let it pass. You carry that same strength, even now, even lying in bed, even when your thoughts feel heavy. So let this be your practice. Tonight, do nothing. Just listen. Just be. Let your breath soften. Let your body settle. Let your thoughts float by like clouds. You don't need to chase them. You don't need to fix anything. Stillness is not something you find. It's something you return to, and it's already within you. The way of the samurai was never about the sword. It was about the heart, steady, unshaken, aware. Let that be your way tonight. Let stillness be your strength. Let peace be your shield. Let rest be your victory. And as your eyes begin to close, know this: you are safe. You are strong. You are exactly where you need to be. Good night.